That was such a big wave, and I love how you can never get it on. Lord of the Isles, Lottie, and then this way, Loch's driven over there from Lismore, and McCaig's Tower, and the beautiful Oban skyline. Great filming, mate. Thank you. Hello, we're on Oban's North Pier, and behind me we've got the Loch's driven, which goes from Oban to Lismore, just a little island in Loch Linney. Used to have the island class, I think it was the Rum or the Egg, which is now at Arranmore or somewhere in Ireland now. I think it's Clare Island actually that the Egg is on now. Behind over there we've got where we just were, the Wetherspoons, the Lord of the Isles, and in the distance there you can see the Premier Inn where we're staying. Yes, we are in heaven, nearly. Howdy everybody, and welcome to another stupid video with me, Craig Bryant. And welcome to Oban's Premier Inn. This is not a Premier Inn room review, don't worry, but if you want to see the room review for this exact hotel, I did one 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I'll put that in the description above. But we are here because we are going to go to the Isle of Mull tomorrow, which I can't wait for. Been to Isle of Mull since I was a kid. Like, I've been to Oban since I was about 6 months old, but I've been to the Isle of Mull probably about 10 times, but every single time has been on the ferry of the same name, the MV Isle of Mull. Now, the MV Isle of Mull is currently in Aberdeen, having a very, very long dry dock, stuff going wrong with it, apparently about rust. Yes, we're not going to go into the rusty ferries and things like that. Instead, the FRISA, the LOCH FRISA, is running a FRISA only timetable, so that means it's the only ship on this route. You're going to see the LOCH FRISA tomorrow, so I'll tell you a bit more about it then. But just so you know, it was built in 2015, but it was bought in 2021, I think it was, by CalMac from Norled. Norled run the ferries on the west coast of Norway, but they're trying to move to battery only ferries, so they were getting rid of one of their ferries, which was just built. Like, can you imagine that happening over here? Like a brand new ferry, basically 6 years old. But because it was just sort of conventional diesel ferry, it was called the MV Utne, and it ran a service across the fjord from Utne to another place, I can't remember, sort of close to Bergen, which is also the sister city to Newcastle upon Tyne. Stop talking about other things, Craig. Back to it. But yes, I have roped my beautiful wife, who's holding the camera here, looking absolutely fuming that she has to do more filming for me. So I'll keep this short. But if you'd like to come along for the ride on the MV Loch FRISA, formerly MV Utne, please come and join me, and I will see you tomorrow at Oban Ferry Terminal, which is just over there. Lol. literally like an airport. It's so quiet, I'm not going to talk. Let's get back to the car. Literally the only one. Well, there's a big crowd there, but I think they're all foot passengers. But look at that. Look at that. Right next to it. I look like a right clip today. I've just got out of the shower as well. But here we are. Already scanned my ticket. So let's drive on board. Got sort of level crossing lights over there. As they disembark, I think they're going to try a 15-minute turnaround here. Say cheese!
Cheese.
Are you looking forward to going to Mull?
Yep.
I can't wait, man. It's going to be class. See the train onto the left as well. What do you think, Rich? she doesn't mean it.
Muster station. Follow the sign that indicates the direction you should go, identified by a square green and white sign depicting a family group. Please take a moment to locate your nearest muster station. Automatically is required.
It is so quiet. I can't describe how quiet of an engine that is.
With both lifeboats and a marine evacuation. Your bags, you will be escorted by police and crew members and instructed on how to leave the vessel safely. While you're coming in safety, we ask you to ensure your safety. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Thank you for your attention. And on behalf of Canada's
Turn your alarms off. And there is the old Well Park Hotel, which is now a boutique hotel I used to stay in when I came here. And this is where I got my love of ferries from, that middle one with the white car. And I used to watch the ferries come between Carrara and Mull here without the car alarms. That there's the Hutchinson Monument. David Hutchinson was the pioneer of all the ferries of the west coast of Scotland. I wanted a relaxing cruise. So here is beautiful wife, and I thought she had a coffee in her hand, but this is the only thing that you can get on board is a vegetable soup and a coffee. So we're here on the Loch FRISA. What do you make of this ferry compared to the ferries that you've been on, Rachel?
Stunning.
No, you've got to wait till the microphone gets to you. What do you think?
Stunning.
It's a terrible... I'll do the actual review of it. So, we have got... Because it doesn't really have a bow and a stern, you've got forward facing. But as you can tell what the theme of this video is going to be, it's car alarms. People need to turn them off. I know most people don't know how to do that, but the key is just leave your car unlocked and don't leave anything in it. That's what I've done. My car's absolutely fine. But this would be such a lovely relaxing crossing. And obviously when you come on the MV-ISLE of Mull, it's got an enclosed car deck, so you can't really hear them. But yeah, it's a little bit annoying, I'm not going to lie, having all these car alarms go off all the time. But I must say, I am very impressed with the ship itself, the Loch FRISA. It is lovely smooth sailing. So we've got about 15 knots of wind today. My hair is shocking today, by the way. I'm so sorry. I've literally had a shower and then run out. But it is a gorgeous crossing because you've got so much land around. It's not like some of the other ferries that I've done. Because you're in the seas of the Inner Hebrides, so you've got I'll show you around a little bit. But as you exit Oban Bay, you've got Carrara. That's the one that you pass with the Hutchinson Monument on. If you couldn't hear that, David Hutchinson, he was the pioneer of all the ferries that then became David McBrain. Well, David McBrain did them as well. So you've got Carrara here. The wind's picked up. 2 seconds. So yeah, the wind's just picked up here as you go past Carrara. There's not actually that much movement on this for a small ferry. There's not that much movement. I'm gonna have to go to the other side. It's so windy. That's Carrara behind. In the distance there, that's where we're heading to Mull. But we have to go basically almost into the Sound of Mull, which is just through there. The little flat island that you've got over there is Lismore. That is where the Loch's driven, the other ferry that you saw just there, which I did not plan our time at all. That's just small. Well, when I say small, it's like really long but really thin, about a mile wide, 2 miles wide, 8 miles long. But it's incredibly flat, so it sits in Loch Linney there. So that behind me up there is Loch Linney. You've got Lismore behind me, that flat one there. And then the big mountains there, and it's not the best day for it, but you can normally see massive hills. It's got some really quite high mountains on. I think I don't want to even guess its name. It's Ben something. I'll get it up. But I swear it's bigger than anything in England on the Isle of Mull there. So yes, I'm just going to enjoy it. And we will soon be passing the Lighthouse. That's at the end of Lismore. The journey takes about an hour, which is one of the downsides of this ferry. It used to be 45-minute crossing, up to 50 when when the Isle of Mull started being a bit slower with age. But sadly, with this ferry, its biggest downside is its speed. I don't know what we're doing here. Feels about 12 knots. If I was going to guess, you can see some beautiful views there in the distance of the Isle of Mull. Anyway, enough of me. I'm going to enjoy this. Right, as we've passed Kerala, there is a lot more movement. You can hear it crashing and everything, can't you, Rach? But these car alarms are absolutely insufferable. They are so annoying. Have a ferry mode. Turn your car alarm off. It is not that difficult. There should be a mass announcement and even people telling you, like, it is ridiculous. Anyway, nobody's allowed down on car decks, as is the law of the sea and the land. But don't know if how much you can tell. You can't really tell on cameras movement, but there is a lot of side to side roll, as well as a little bit of up and down at the front, a bit of crashing on the bow there as well. Like, as in you're losing your footing. So we might go indoors a little bit, but if the car alarms weren't going off, this would be absolutely beautiful and calm. But the car alarms are going off. I am all over the shop. There, you can hear it a little bit crashing. Right, I'm going to go and put this in the bin, and we're going to do a little bit of a tour. Right, I am at the very centre of the boat. There is a lot of movement on board now. A lot of crashing. It's not that nice. I go away and she's been absolutely, bless her, drenched by spray. But there's loads of movement now, isn't there? On the ferry. It doesn't show on there, but especially inside, you can tell, you can hear the crashing, and you can also see wobble wobble of the things on board. It's actually just stopped just as a thing, the van wobbling a bit. That was such a big wave, and I love how you can never get it on. The thing is, the waves aren't the biggest ones I've ever seen. Watch this one here. But the ferry is so small compared to usual. This one. It's actually alright, that one. You're doing well. But as I was saying to Rachel, the waves are perpendicular, so you're getting a lot of roll. You're going to do a lot of that. These guys up here are doing a stellar job.
Right, I've got Rachel filming now. You have to probably hold on. Like I said, the waves aren't the worst I've ever seen, but it's the size of the vessel that makes it a bit rocky, and also the perpendicular waves. But we are just coming past Lismore here, and if Rachel pans to this area over here, as you can see, just Lismore's location, really long and flat, so it goes about 8 miles into Loch Linney here, and right at the end here, you've got Lismore Lighthouse, and we are going to go in between. You've got a light just over here to the left, and we are going to go in between the lighthouse and that rock there. On the way back, I believe, well, I've seen a lot on Vessel Finder Marine Traffic. Sometimes the vessel comes round. Oh, that was a big rock, that one. hold on. It doesn't, you can't tell when you're actually looking at this video. But yes, you can see this beautiful lighthouse. When Rachel's going to now zoom in, amazing, to that lighthouse. In behind there, you've got the Scottish mainland again, because that's a sea loch, Loch Linney. That there is the Morven Peninsula, and you've got another ferry. That's down there is the Sound of Mull, and across there from Mull on Fishnish it's called to Loch Lane. You've got a smaller ferry as well, although it will not be that much smaller than this. But yes, we are now passing between Lismore Lighthouse, and this rock that I've got no idea what it's called. And behind there you've got a castle. Can you see that castle right in the distance there, Rachel? You can zoom in on 2.5. That's Duart Castle. Duart, I think I'm saying that properly, on the Isle of Mull. And as you can see, you could probably want to pull in here, but Craigmuir is a little bit up the Sound of Mull, so we've got about 20 minutes left. Right, I think that is it calmed down as we get close to Mull. So I thought I'd do a quick toilet review. Now there's people sat just there and there's a thin door. There's about 4 toilets I think there is, and they're all like self-contained unisex toilets, and there's one accessible toilet as well. This is just one of the normal ones. The rest are in the middle, but this one has an opaque window. I've just come in here to blow my nose because of the spraying rubbish. But yeah, nice and clean. Smells like somebody's had a poo. No, not vomit, yes, but it's not got the best smell in here, but it's nice and clean. Yes, just normal toilet. But yes, if you come on board, you can go to the toilet, as somebody already has. No baguettes down the toilet. You're right, Rich. It's calmed down a lot now, hasn't it? As we approach Craigmuir, just round the corner there, you can actually just start to see the link span just over there. It's just what it looks like. Look at your face. Right, we are just pulling in to Craigmuir now, which is, sort of barely a village. There's the link span now, and as you can see, the water is glassy calm now. It was much more comfortable inside and outside for the last sort of 15 minutes there. In the end, it's took us about 50 minutes to get across. I wonder if it actually is scheduled to take an hour, a bit longer on the way back, because it has to go the other way around the lighthouse. I was just talking to a lady there, and she was just saying how much she lives on Mull, and she was saying how much she enjoyed her trip on the Isle of Arran, which I've also got video of, really old but big ferry compared to this. And she was just saying it's not built for it, and I totally agree. It's built for a Norwegian fjord, not for, you know, the seas of the west coast of Scotland. Anyway, it's got us here, and it is a lovely ferry, and we are just pulling in to the link span now. You can see there, Craignewer. I just need
Can I have your attention, please?
a thumbnail. That's all I'm doing.
Shortly be arriving at our destination.
I know it's there.
Would all vehicle drivers and their passengers please return to the vehicle deck now?
Yes, boss. On my way.
Passengers are reminded to check they have...
To the car. Oh. Right, I am here in Tobermory, which is the biggest town on Mull, and absolutely beautiful. Famous for being the place where Balamory, the kids' TV programme, is filmed. All the lovely, colourful houses and businesses. Because it's January, not everything's open, even though it's a Saturday today. I wouldn't say it's buzzing, but it's lovely. It's such a lovely place, and especially in the summer, highly recommend you coming here. So just to recap the ferry though, what my thoughts were on it. I will say the LOCH FRISA as a vessel is lovely. It's great. It's new, you know, newish, 2015, and the accommodation with the seats, the upholstery, you know, the indoors, the sound of it actually, it's so quiet. That's what I was really surprised at. There was not very many vibrations, things like that. As a vessel, brilliant. For the route from Oban to Craignewer, not convinced. I've heard a lot of thoughts on it, you know, from the Iona and Mull Ferry Committee, and from others on, you know, CalMac pages and things like that. And I will say, like, it's great that that vessel was bought. I think it's a good thing, but it needs to be cascaded to another route, a shorter route, a little bit more sheltered. We're going back today as well, and the wind's supposed to pick up as well. And I'm a little bit like, if I was going on the Isle of Mull, I wouldn't obviously be bothered, but the rocking on it, was pretty annoying. But also, I just thought, the car alarms and things like that with an open deck. I know you get that on the Karusk, which also can be the second vessel on the Mull route, but overall I'm not massively impressed with it on the route. It's very slow as well, sort of built in for an hour's sort of journey, especially going back. It can often take an hour back to Oban. So yes, if you want to come to Mull, try and pick a type. Just come on the ferry. It's a lovely ferry, but I would highly suggest you go on like the MV Isle of Mull or even the MV Isle of Arran. We were speaking to somebody who was a Mull resident on the ferry. They came to speak to us because I was filming and being a divvy, and they were just saying how much they enjoyed the Isle of Arran when it was covering on that route. Much bigger vessel, can actually handle it, and quite fast as well. So yes, LOCH FRISA, great ferry itself, but not for this route. So hopefully when some ferries are cascaded down, when the Isle of Islay is built and hopefully delivered end of this year, 2024, it's getting launched in March, but then should be sort of launched by the end of the year as that, and you know, the Glen Rosser, Glen Sanix eventually, if they ever get built, and then the other three vessels from Turkey along with the Isle of Islay. I think it's going to be the Loch-in-Dal, the Claymore, and the Lochmore are the other ones as well. When they all come in, some vessels will get cascaded, and hopefully something like, I would love to see the Finlagen actually on this route. I think it would do really well. But yes, really enjoyed that. Been a great day. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe, and I highly recommend you visiting the beautiful Scottish islands there, the Hebrides, places like the Isle of Mull, absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, we're going to enjoy the rest of our day. I will see you later. Thanks. is nice and calm now as we come in because we're massively sheltered, but that was a little bit of a sickly one.